Well, welcome to Lake Erie Port of Call. I'm your host, Mike Jameson. I've got Bill here. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. How are you?
He's the man. He's filling the boat up right now. We're doing a test on a boat right now, and Bill, it's been kind of hard to even think about boating for the last couple of weeks.
It's been rough. The weather's been not very cooperative, that's for sure.
Well, we've got a great show for you here. I'm in the midst of buying a boat, and the only reason I wound up buying this boat up in Port Clinton, Catawba, was because of price. It was just unbelievable. I got a great boat, and you're like, wow. So we're going to be working on that boat over the next few weeks. We'll also be doing a little tribute to Captain Tony. We lost Captain Tony. He did a survey for us on our boat and did a wonderful job. And 4 or 5 days later, got some bad news.
It's unfortunate. He's done a lot of surveys in this area. It's been a staple in the boating industry around here for a while.
It's just been incredible. The mind things we've gone through with this over the last few weeks, but he surveyed the boat that I'm purchasing through Genoa Bank, and did a wonderful job with us there. And in the next couple of weeks, when we get some good weather, maybe I can get Bill to come with me. That's why we're going out here. We're going to talk to him a little bit about this season and some of the things we want to do. So you enjoy the show, and hopefully every week you're going to learn something about boating and get you excited about being boating in this wonderful industry right here in Northwest Ohio. Oh, Bill, we're out in the middle of the beautiful Maumee River right now on a rainy day. Is this typical April and early May weather?
Yeah, it's just elements you got to deal with in the spring.
It's made it kind of tough for you guys because it's almost like you're a couple weeks behind and you had nothing to do with it.
Correct. Yeah, you got to deal with the weather elements. You can't control it. You just got to roll with it and deal with it.
Well, one of the things, you're the guy that runs everything sales-wise over at Brenner, and you really know boating. You have 42, 44?
40 Express.
40 Express, and you really know a lot about boating, but this is that time of year where people are starting to make that choice. They're thinking, you know what, I might be interested. My whole big thing is I want to get out of that little 21-foot boat. I want to get into something that has dual engines, and it's a whole different beast for what I'm used to. And there's a lot of people that I think would want to do that, but I think they might even also be afraid of it.
Yeah, it is. I always say the first couple of times you take out that 21-footer, you're going to be a little cautious and a little nervous. Once you get the hang of it, once you get down, once you feel comfortable with it, then from then on, it's just, depending on the conditions and the weather,
right.
With normal environments, it's pretty status quo from there. Just like if you're going to be taking out a bigger boat, the first couple of times you are going to be a little bit nervous. But there's the boating courses and there's some safety precautions you can take to minimize your chance of risk.
Well, that's one of the things that we're going to be doing with this show is, showing you how to drive a dual engine boat, which, by the way, is very easy once you learn how to do that and not be afraid of it. And also work with the Coast Guard here on things that everybody will know how to do the right thing when you're on a boat. And another thing too, Captain Tony was somebody who's working with me on my boat down at Pier 53 in Catawba Island, and Tony passed away, and we talked a little bit about that, and we can't say enough about Tony and all the great things he did for me and saved me a lot of money on that survey on my boat. I'll tell you what, he really did. And the one thing you were talking about, when you take a boat out and you've got a person interested in this boat, and you're making sure everything's great on it, and they're going to take it out for what's called a sea trial tomorrow, and before you can sign the papers on the boat, they've got to pass the sea trial. And what exactly is a sea trial?
That's basically like your test drive. You're gonna get in the boat. You want to make sure you test drive it and make sure it can do all the things that it's stated or it's supposed to do.
Right.
From the engine's getting up to temperature, to it handling, to it shifting, the running gear. There's out of the water stuff and there's in the water stuff. You can't do the out of the water stuff in the water, and you can't do the in the water stuff out of the water. So there's a little bit of a dual process there.
Gotcha. Well, we're gonna take this one up. One of the things also that Bill always does with this is coming out of Harrison's, you'll run it slow at first, right? Just to make sure everything's working, right? And then on your way back is when you let her have it.
Yeah, there's a lot of debris out there, so you want
Sure.
to keep an eye out for logs, debris, just stuff floating in the water. This time of year with the water levels being so high, where they're at right now, it picks up a lot of debris. If you just glance out over the horizon, you can see a lot of debris. So we want to be very cautious. We don't want to hurt the boat, props, and stuff like that.
Gotcha. Well, we're going to take you over. Captain Tony is looking down from heaven at us right now, and he took me on a excursion on the boat that I want to buy, and mine is a 34 Wellcraft Saint-Tropez in '91, and we're gonna show you that right now.
Glad to help. See you soon. Hi, I'm Marty Sutter, president of Genoa Bank. At Genoa Bank, we believe there's more to a financial institution than the transaction. There's the relationship. Taking your banking needs personally is our top priority. We offer many helpful financial options for local families, farmers, and small businesses. Because we're locally owned, we take the time to get to know you personally. You might say we're just a lone call away. Genoa Bank, taking your banking needs personally.
Wojo's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing. Quality comfort you can count on since 1967. They're a proud sponsor of Genoa High School sports and can help you with all your heating, air conditioning, and plumbing needs. Give them a call today at 419-693-3220.
Cleaning your gutters can be dangerous. Take it from Marty.
For 30 years, I've been climbing up that ladder, cleaning out those gutters. One time, I leaned the ladder up there, and the feet were on the deck. The deck was a little wet. Next thing I know, the ladder kicks out, and I'm hanging by the gutter, and I start yelling for help. After that occurrence, I called Gutter Helmet.
Call Gutter Helmet for an estimate. 419-475-0000. Get Gutter Helmet today, and you'll never clean your gutters again.
Keeping you out of the gutter. We're the Gutter Helmet.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. And right now, get up to $200 off select XT Enduro Series lawn tractors.
Mortgage Marty here. It's spring buying season's right around the corner. In fact, now is the best time to get started. Gives us a little lead time. If there's things we need to tweak, we can get on it right away. Remember, those credit inquiries don't affect your score any more than they will if you check later. So one inquiry, whether it's now and then again in the spring, still only counts as one, won't hurt your score. We helped 3 customers this week improve their score by an average of 30 points. So reach out now. Let's get that started. 419-461-0667 or marty.bin, B-I-H-N, at fairwaymc.com.
Well, folks, we're here with Captain Tony. How you doing, sir?
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Well, I don't know. You're going to tell me.
Yeah.
Tony's been in the surveying business for longer than I can. It's been a long time, huh?
Over 30, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you know.
Oh, I'm told, who knows?
Well, see, he's part of the group, and that's what we were just talking about. I've been out of boating. Well, my daughter's 25, so it's been 26 years that I've been out of boating since. Anyways, my daughter's like, Dad, you don't know how to have fun. You've never had fun. Well,
I hear it all the time.
It's now boating time, folks, and we're going to show everybody how to have fun. But we are going to do it the right way. And this is a major investment for me. And Tony, when you walked up, you said, boy, you got a lot of work to do.
Interesting, to say the least.
But the price is right where we're at right now. Maybe it's right.
Maybe it's right. We'll find out.
And that's what you do. I mean, you have the ability to really take this boat apart without taking this boat apart.
We'll basically go over the whole boat and then compile a list of things that we feel that are deficient. And then sometime in the next day or so, we will have what we call an overall condition and value report for you. So it tells you what the deficiencies are and what we feel the boat's worth.
Oh, fantastic.
So you know.
Yeah, so we know, but we're going to get right into it right now and, you know, find out exactly what's wrong. I mean, when you look at this boat and this is that well-crafted boat that I've always wanted. And then you instantly pointed out things that me and my googly eye, the first day I saw it, I didn't see, like some pretty big damage here, fiberglass-wise.
Well, what we see so far is the running gear, which is the propellers and the shafts. We see that it has no anode protection.
Oh.
Here on the bottom.
Yeah, right down there in the bottom.
So what happens is with no anodes, sacrificial anodes, you have nothing to absorb electrolysis.
Okay.
So we need to install some anodes, at least on the shafts.
Gotcha.
So, Mike, a couple other things, just glancing here. Well, let's go back to the bottom and the transom.
This anode thing's got me nervous. I mean,
it's a very simple fix. It's a $40 item that you would clamp on to the drive shafts.
Right.
That'll help protect you from electrolysis and corrosion.
See, I've always had an outdrive.
Well, you're sitting in the water most of the time.
Right.
And you're plugged in.
Right, gotcha.
So you get electrolysis. So that's got to be done. Very simple fix.
And we'll get that on one of our later shows here.
Exactly. Moisture tests, density tests on the transom, which is an important part of the boat.
Right.
And the bottom so far seems pretty decent. Percussion test using a hammer. It's solid.
Right.
But what I'm seeing is that the paint is chipping.
Yeah.
It's built up too much.
Yeah.
So it's got to come off.
Right.
Sand it down. It's got to come off.
Okay.
And the whole bottom is going to need a couple good coats of barrier paint.
Now, when we do this, I'm looking at the shafts right now. Do I want to maybe sand them down? Do I want to just leave them be?
They're fine the way they are.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna leave that then. Okay.
Right.
But when we get here, sanding
take the whole bottom down, Mike, with the light grit sandpaper.
Gotcha.
Get it nice and smooth.
Is
Get
it
all the paint off.
Or do I want to use a machine?
You want to use a machine.
Okay.
Get off as much as you can, and then add 2 real good coats of bottom paint. There's lots of stuff out there. You can go to West Marine Ask. There's a lot of guys there who know what to use.
And with the bottom paint too, this is something, I don't want to do it, but this would be a question somebody would ask me. What if I wanted to change the color scheme? What if I wanted to go to the green?
That's fine.
I mean, we don't have any problem with doing that.
I'm
going to stay black. I think I'm going to stay with.
The hardest part of changing colors is getting all this taped off properly.
Right.
That's the hardest part of the job, because that's your water line.
Right.
So you want all that taped off. You know, once you change colors, you have a tendency to feather it off and make it look a little crazy there. But I would stay with black. And black is a neutral color.
Right.
It doesn't show all the buildup of algae and thing as much.
That's what we're going to do. We're going to stay with the black. And on one of our future episodes, we'll be going probably with Brenner or working on and finding out exactly what I want to do for putting this bottom paint on. But we're looking $500-600 probably if I do it myself.
Oh yes.
Probably a little more maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's still not a bad thing here. While we're here, just quickly, how do we buff this baby out? Because this is really bad.
What I've noticed is this is oxidized, both sides. Pretty darn good.
And I see areas where it looks like, I don't know, maybe it didn't oxidize as much.
That's actually hull rash. Or it might have rubbed up against the dock.
Oh, gotcha.
Or a bumper or something.
That's where the bumpers were. Okay.
And then you have a couple areas in the gel coat here that are damaged.
Wow. Yes.
Okay.
We didn't even see any of this when we were.
What I would say
is
you just want to. Of course, you got some damage back here too, Mike.
Okay. Yeah, and that's the big stuff we got
dock. Okay, that's where they hit the dock.
So, but this is something I can do myself.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Go online and look up maybe buffing holes and things.
Sure.
It'll tell you. You might want to start with a very light grit sandpaper and moisture water. and lightly go over the whole hull, get some of that oxidation off, and then go back with a power buffer and use a good 3M rubbing compound. And if you spend some time on this, it'll all come back to real nice. And it's this way on both sides. Your pinstriping, of course, you can remove and repin. That's pretty easy.
Right over top of it, you said.
If you want to.
I mean, we can take it off, but I mean, I'm thinking heat gun. It's going to be a heat gun.
A heat gun is the only way you're going to get it off.
Yeah, exactly.
But the hull is going to be some work. You're going to have a day in it of your labor.
All right.
But it will come back real nice.
Well, that's what we want. That's what we want. And we were talking, and while we're still here on the outside of this stuff, you know, a lot of Jay, matter of fact, our cameraman, Jay, has an incredible power washing company. He doesn't know how much work he's going to be doing.
He doesn't know what he's in for.
But the way this
That's algae, Mike, build up from not being cleaned and taken care of. And that'll come off with a power washer. What we're going to look for when we get to the cab is make sure we don't have any leaks.
We do. We do. That's why I was telling you, probably each one of them are going to have to come out the way they have that plexiglass up in there, and we're going to have to take that whole thing out. And
it's very easy to remove.
Yep, and then just reuse some sort of...
Rebed it with a good glue, and you'll be good to go.
Fantastic.
Other things we're noticing is the
rub
rails. You know, they're banged up in some areas. You can live with that, or you can replace it.
Well, you know, when you look at something like this is like that list you were talking about. This is probably something for the 2020 season, you know, because we're not going to have a lot of money to be able to do that. I mean, I like the rubber rails that have the rubber on the inside of them for obviously the reasons when you hit a dock and.
Well, the biggest thing is the season's short.
Right.
And you want to do the things that really need to be done up front, so you can enjoy the season and just peck away at it over time.
Well, Tony, that's actually the first step, right?
Sure is.
We got to do this sea trial.
Yep, a sea trial next to see how she performs and temperatures and pressures and make sure she plugs in and shore powering on the high voltage works, the air conditioning. There's a lot to be done.
Well, you know, all the time we were looking at everything, you had two kind of, Mike, this boat is X amount of dollars, but you're getting it for Y right now, and it's basically up to you, and you kind of know how to fix these, and you got good people that can do that.
Correct. And a survey, a lot of people think that a boat survey, passes or fails. Well, it does not pass or it doesn't fail. A survey is a matter of an opinion of somebody that's hopefully more educated than you.
Right.
So it's just an opinion. We do not pass or fail. We come up with an overall condition, which I'm going to say might meet the fair, and then we put a value on it. So if they're asking, hypothetically, $35,000 for the boat, I may feel it's only worth $20,000. I won't know until I can run the numbers and comp the boat and see what it's worth. But everything that you find adds up.
Right.
Takes off the price of the boat. And we won't know that until we run the numbers.
Well, we knew going into this that upholstery work definitely needed to be done. The interior, it's not bad.
Not bad.
I mean, little stuff.
No, for an older boat, it's pretty nice.
For a 56-year-old single guy, come on. Now, if I had a wife...
Is that an advertisement, Mike?
Yeah, no, that's not an advertisement.
All right.
But if I had a wife, you got to do this, you got to do this. Where I'm like, you know what, it's pretty cool. That's a nice looking boat inside. And once we find out on the heat and their air conditioning and things like that, and my big concern were the leaks and some of the soft spots, but you seem to think that, I mean, they're always going to be there. And
in an older boat, these are things that again add up to the value. And then the other thing is how's this thing going to perform under full power?
Right.
With both engines operating, RPMs, oil pressures, and things like that. So there's still some work to be done.
Well, this is the man, Captain Tony.
Thank you.
He's going to be doing a lot of stuff with us here on the show throughout our whole 16 weeks that we'll do, but it's obviously going to be a lot more than 16 weeks because I want to get this stuff out now, and everybody on our internet sites can watch them, and then we'll kind of get them in there too. But Tony, I know this is a time you're knocking on people knocking on your doors a lot, huh?
Yes, this is the time of year, and the season is probably starting a little earlier this year. Even I think people just being cooped up inside all winter have just had it.
Yeah.
And they're heading out to buy boats, and they're calling, and it's hopefully, knock on fiberglass, partly wood here. they keep calling. So
Fantastic. If you need anything, Tony, give me your telephone number.
Captain Tony, 419-350-9777.
The guy can get it all done for you, and he really gave me some big ideas on what we'll be able to do with this boat over the next few weeks here on Lake Erie Port of Call. You've planned and planned. Each moment of your special day just has to be perfect. But you don't want to worry about anything. Just know that you've hired professionals to make your wedding day special. Mike Jameson with Creative Video Imagery has produced award-winning weddings for over 15 years. Our company has the equipment and the artistic ability to capture your day on digital DVD, giving you lasting memories of a day you will cherish forever. Call Creative Video Imagery today or visit our website, Creative Video Imagery, making moments into lifetime memories.
Hi there, I'm Nick with A+ Building Maintenance, your Toledo handyman. Do you need home repairs done? Not sure who to call? Here at A+, we install everything from light bulbs to roofing. We're fully licensed and insured to protect you. We're also a proud member of the BBB. Please visit us online at ToledoHandyman.com. There you can see many before and after photos along with other customer testimonials and ask your own home repair question. Any job big or small, A+ Building Maintenance, 419-478-1542.
From the kitchens of Italy to you, Arturos Pizza Kitchen is the home of authentic Italian food. As one of the oldest independently owned pizzerias in Toledo, Arturos Pizza Kitchen has been serving since 1988. With pizza, salads, award-winning subs, chicken chunks and wings, Mom's own lasagna recipe, and our famous cheese sticks, we have it all. Never frozen, always homemade. Arturos Pizza Kitchen. Hungry? Call Arturos, 419-698-1641.
Is your roof past its peak? It's not always this easy to tell. From rooftops to foundations, Seagate is a trusted A+ BBB accredited business and a Platinum Preferred contractor. As a Platinum Preferred contractor, we offer one of the country's best roofing warranties, the Owens Corning True Protection 50-year warranty. That's material and labor. We've earned your trust for over 30 years, Toledo. Call Seagate now.
44 Seagate.
Here with Tim Selz, the parts and serviceman. He's going to be my hero here for that. Poor guy. Tim actually was part of this with me back when Brenner was behind the old
sports arena.
Thank you. I lose it every once in a while here, but we all had a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to getting the boat in the water and doing all that fun stuff. But you know, first, before we even go to that, these things are awesome. I mean, this is basically what everybody's getting themselves into now because it's so much fun. And you were saying they actually have some that have bars on the back end. No kidding.
Hey, they are very, very popular right now. It's not your grandpa's pontoon anymore. They got big motors on them. They go fast. The upholstery is beautiful, and
this is the one thing. It's incredible what they've got here. Hey, I'm getting some of my upholstery done on my boat. I'm gonna have to do it little by little because it's But Don Billings over at the Ragman, and hopefully I'm crossing my fingers we're gonna get him on the show. He was really excited about the show, and Tim, I know you guys have all kinds of boats, and it's really scary for some people. You know, the boats are $60,000, $70,000, $80,000. You got some really good deals on great boats that you guys have cleaned up, fixed, done what you had to do. We're very economical, and that's basically what happened with me.
Yeah. There's a lot of boats out there for sale. People either grow out of them or want to move up, and that's kind of the way to go now.
Sure.
The time you pay for a brand new boat gets quite expensive, especially if you're just getting into it and you're not sure.
Right.
You buy something used and move your way up.
Well, with this year, you know, it's a late start because of the weather. The water's higher than I think you and I have ever seen it in all the 30 years I've known you. I've never seen the water this high ever in my life.
No.
What are some things that you know, if people are you know, just new to boating or getting in, what are the definite things they want to do to make sure their boat's ready to put it in the water, so you're not with Boat US being towed in?
Yeah, I mean, you want to do your, you know, your basics, check the bottom, check your anodes, tune up if it needs it, oil changes, gear lubes.
How many times, you know, I've got dual 454s in my boat. Every year, twice a year, do I want to change the oil?
We recommend oil change, if you're not going to use it every other year, but usually every year. The tune-ups, you can usually go a couple years on a tune-up.
Right.
The biggest thing on boats is the distributor cap. If you don't keep them inside a warm building, or they get the condensation, they get the what we call like hairy inside the cap.
Right, right.
So yeah. So, but fuel filters every year for sure. Oils, it's preventative maintenance.
I kind of teasing for next week's show. I bought that Wellcraft. It's a 91. Genoa Bank came through for us and put the whole thing together very well. But Craig Kennedy, Bubba, has already told me, he says, "Oh, you want to do this, you want to do that," you know, like with impellers.
Yep.
And he goes, "I don't care if they're running good, just change them."
Yeah, if you don't know the history of the boat,
right,
I would do oil changes, tune-ups, filters, water pumps. It's all, then you know when it's done.
And,
then you can keep a track of it.
Great people here that
Absolutely.
that can do everything.
Yep.
I mean, you're a mainstay here in Toledo area for boating, and you've helped me through the years. And but shame on you.
It's a bad habit.
I know it is. Boating is a bad habit, but it's going to be a lot of fun. And some of the things we want to do, of course, you got Pier 75, and makes it for the smaller boats. You can put them in there, and Craig's down there making all that work.
Yep.
So you guys got it all set up. We're gonna start spotlighting some of the wonderful yacht clubs in the area. I'm gonna make my decision on what yacht club I'm gonna be with, and we'll be doing a lot of that. And if you have a business either on the Maumee River, anywhere up around Catawba Island, Put-in Bay, Detroit, that's where we see the show going, to be able to spotlight this whole area, because I don't think we're going to have a big algae bloom problem this year, especially as high as the water.
Yeah, some year, yeah, you just don't know.
You just don't know. Well,
hopefully they've gotten it under control with what preventative stuff they're trying to do.
Well, in the next few weeks, we'll go through, you know, how to get your bottom done and ready to go, and doing all the things that you need to do with that. And of course, buffing out a boat. That's one of the big things on my boat. It really needs bad. So we're going to do that. And, you know, once again, we want to get condolences out to Captain Tony's family. Just a heartbreaker for all of us. And we wish Tony really wanted to be a part of this show. He was so excited about it. And basically was going to give me one of his drones to use. He said, "I've got the best drone." And just a lot of condolences going out to his family. And you'll see us here, and we'll actually be doing stuff on Facebook Live too. And, you know, little by little, if you have any questions on boating, feel free to ask us. And Tim, once again, thank you.
Good to see you.
Brenner Marine has, they've got some great boats here, and they've got some great used boats. If you go on, I think, Brenner75.com.
Yep.
Yep, and check out some of the used boats they have over there. And we just want to get you into boating, because I'll tell you what, if you're not, you're missing out. And this area is just so good, and hopefully we can get the word out. Thank you very much for watching Lake Erie Port of Call.